Okay, so the ATP has come out and said there will be no ranking points awarded for this year's Wimbledon. So let's talk about it. So let's get the information straight here. The information is they are not going to award any points, any ranking points for this year's Wimbledon. And also they are not freezing the points from last year's Wimbledon. So their points are going to drop and they won't have any chance to defend their points. And the main reason they're doing this is because Wimbledon banned Russian and Belarusian players from playing this year due to the ongoing war in Ukraine. So that is the facts, the information. So now I'm going to talk about my opinion on this. So I'm going to first talk about the ban on Russian and Belarusian players. What I think about it. I actually don't side with Wimbledon. I thought that was a bad decision on their part to just ban Russian and Belarusian players, just because they're from that country. Like, I support the decision of taking away their flags and any representation to Russia, on any of these tournaments. That is, like, the right decision. But just outright banning them for something they have no control over, I don't support. I know indirectly they will be supporting, Russia if they win and stuff. I get it, but like, that is not something they can control, and they should not be punished for something, they have no choice in. That is my opinion. So I don't support the Wimbledon ban on the Russian and Belarusian players. The main reason I don't support this is because this is an individual sport. If it was a team sport, it's a completely different story. Like, they should be banned in any team sport. Even in tennis, when it's in the Olympics or the Davis Cup, where you have teams of Russia, they're actually representing Russia, they should be banned. But in individual sports like tennis, any other tournament in tennis, I don't think banning them is the right decision. Like, I don't think they're representing them enough to warrant a ban. So now coming to ATP's decision not to award any ranking points, I support this decision. I think that would be the fairest way to go about this, because, just banning players and then awarding points, I don't think that would be the right decision. And yeah, I support ATP's decision on that. But what I don't support is dropping the points from last year's Wimbledon as well. Not freezing last year's Wimbledon points. I don't think that's the right decision. I'm opposed to that. They should have frozen that, because now it's a bit, detrimental to the players who performed well last year, and the lower ranked players who did well last year, they will just drop down to the rankings without giving them a chance to defend their points, which is not right. So they should have frozen those points. So the reason I'm supporting this decision is, let's look at ATP's choices. Their choices are not awarding points and not freezing last year's points. That's what they did. Then their choice was freezing last year's points of Russian and Belarusian players and just awarding new points for the players who actually play. The third choice was not awarding any points this year and freezing last year's points for everyone. And then the fourth choice is do nothing about it, just go on as normal. And out of this, I think the best decision would have been not awarding any points this year and freezing last year's points. If that was the decision they made, it would have just been like 2020 Wimbledon. There was no 2020 Wimbledon, so they didn't have any points that year, but they froze the last year's points, so they did. So it would have just been a repeat of that, so they've already done that. So I don't think people would have objected to that much. I think, yeah, that would have been the best decision. But now, not freezing last year's points, it's punishing everyone, every player, for what Wimbledon did. Wimbledon decided to punish Russian and Belarusian players for, the war, and ATP just decided to make it fair and punish every player, and that's what happened. So this was my opinion on the matter, on this subject. I would like to know what you think as well in the comments, because this is a bit like a controversial subject and different people have different opinions on it, and I would like to know what they are.